Hello, it's Suzanne from moonsongdesigns.com. Thank you for joining me. Aren't these lovely? These are little chocolate boxes which I'd love to claim the credit for designing, but I can't. They've been designed by a lovely German demonstrator called Alexandra, and she's very kindly given me permission to reproduce them and show you how they're made. Now, these are boxes, as you can see, I've done them both in the same designer series paper, but this card's real red and this one is crumb cake. They've got little sort of tabs at the end, and what you do is you pull the tab, and this one worked a bit better. This was the second one I did. You pull the tab, you get access to a lovely chocolate and a hidden sentiment. So I think that's lovely. Now these two I made as she did with the designer series paper, but I had a play, and this is the one I'm going to show you how to make. So I'm using mint macaron, but exactly the same, and this is how you do it. You start off with a piece of card. Now I'm using Whisper White, and let me just move my stamp set out of the way and get my scroll tool. Right, this card is 7 by 22.5 centimetres. So because I'm using mint macaron ink, and I'm using 3 of the stamps from Paisleys and Posies, which is, I just think it's gorgeous, and I haven't used it for a couple of weeks, so I was getting a bit of a withdrawal from it. And I don't mind if, as this is, you've got a little bit, you've got slightly paler here and slightly darker elsewhere. That doesn't bother me at all. I think it's handmade, and I think it adds to the look of it. So this is the middle-sized circle, and I'm just randomly stamping. And I think that's enough of maybe one here. I'm getting the tiny, tiny little flower that's in the set. I'm just going to fill in some gaps. So I can just stuck my finger in the ink. I might actually just put another circle there. Oh. I wonder whether my ink pad needs refilling. There's quite a big gap there as well, isn't there? So I think we'll have that one back. Better. And what I do when I'm stamping, if I'm changing between stamps like this, I have a block to hand which I stick them onto, just so I don't lose anything. I think that's enough. Right, mint macaron for a minute. Now you need to score this, and you're scoring it at, cutting blade out of the way, you score at 1 centimetre, 12 centimetres, and then 17.5 centimetres. Now this is the only fiddly bit. The end that you've got a narrow strip here. So the end away from that, you need to, and I'm going to do it on this side, you need to mark at 3 centimetres and 1.5 centimetres. Like that. Turn it round and do the same here. This, where are we, 1.5 centimetres. This pencil's, the pencil nib's wobbly, so it's not helping me very much. So we need to cut out a little notch. So what I find is easiest is to snip there and there, and then just fold it out of the way slightly, which just lets you, and this, you won't actually see any of this, and again on this side, so if you fold it away and it just creases the card slightly, it's not going to matter at all. because you really won't see anything. I'll probably have done a slightly smaller pair of scissors. And then we're just, I don't think that one's quite deep enough. Hold on a moment. That's better. It doesn't need to be too deep, but it is going to hold the gubbins that enables the sliding motion. So I'm just going to chamfer that there, just not much, just a tiny snip. There, that's the complicated bit done. So we're going to fold and burnish all our score lines. And this is quite a quick and easy project to do, but I think it's lovely to be able to give somebody a chocolate or some chocolate. You don't have to use one of these types of chocolates, obviously you can use something else, but it's lovely when it's gift wrapped. So we're just curling the paper. Oops. Just using obviously the back of my stylus, your bone folder, maybe the back of scissors would do, and all you're doing is you're giving the card just a little bit of curve, and when you glue it you can just manipulate it slightly once it's glued into place, but all that does is give it a bit of a head start, and I think you can make sure it's even once it's all glued together. Right, we have 2 pieces of mint macaron card and we have the gubbins. This is what actually makes the box work. So I've got a tiny bit of double-sided tape which I'm just going to put on the end here, like that. I've had a peg on it just so I don't lose it. And then what you need to do is open this out, and with the glue at the top, or the double-sided tape topmost, I'm going to take off, you probably can't see it because this is in the way now, I'm going to just take off the backing paper like that and just hold that in place, and I'm going to wrap this round. Now the advantage of using a double-sided tape rather than something like fuse, you could use snail would work very well. Let me turn that round for you. What you need to do is fasten this together. There will be plenty of excess, but you don't want it too tight, so you need to be able to move it, and I think that's perfect. But if it was too tight, you need to be able to open it again, and then just take off. Oops, hang on. Take off the excess, preferably with scissors that can cut plastic. There we go. Bin. So that is your mechanical gubbins, and that's why you cut the notch, so that you've got a channel for it to slip round. Now, with the 2 pieces of mint macaron card, you've got a piece that's 10 by 9. With the long side at the top, the 10 centimetres at the top, you need to score that at 5 centimetres. So you're scoring it right in the middle. And then you're going to fold it and you're going to glue it into place. Glue it in half, hold it folded, and this will just give you a bit more structure, and it makes the tray for the chocolate just a little bit stronger than a single piece of card. Now on this piece I'm going to round the corners, and I like to use the envelope punch board for this. I find it quick and easy, and it always works really well. Sometimes I think it's the perfect plan, but with my corner rounder it just doesn't seem to like it very much. Okay, now I have a sentiment, and we're going to have more mint macaron. You know, obviously if you wanted to use a different colour, you could use a different colour. And because I've had a few issues, not a few issues, but the sentiments that I've got, there we go, won't actually fit if I stamp them that way around. So I'm going to get rid of this paper because it's got the stamping all over it. go. I'm not throwing them on the floor, I do actually have a bin to hand. Now I'm going to use my decorative tag topper punch. Just pop this this is the folded piece of card, pop that in, but it helps if you open the punch first. Pop it in, just punch it out, and there you've got, you know, did that do properly? That's not done it properly, has it? Hold on a moment. Why hasn't that done that properly? Oh, that's better. How strange. I obviously didn't push it in far enough. So this is going to be the tray that your chocolates will sit, or your chocolate will sit on. Now, I'm going to get another little piece of the double-sided tape. I haven't bought any of the new one yet, because to be honest, I don't use much of it. I tend to stick with fuse and with snail. So that's why I've got plenty left. Now this is the card with your sentiment on, and you need to stick it face down on here. So line it up, make sure it's straight, and just pop that on there. And that pulls nicely. And then you're going to put this one on. Again, we're going to have a little bit of the double-sided tape. So I think I've made plenty of these for Christmas. I'll be using all my tape up, which is no bad thing. Right, again, putting it at the end and trying peeling the backing off is easier said than done. There we go, see? Put it, oops, hang on. I'm going to need tweezers. Put it back. No, that's over the edge. Hang on a minute. Quite difficult to see. That's better. So just rub that down. And this is where I remember that I should order a pointy tool, what do you call them, piercing tool. Aha, got it. There you go. And then this one is this way round. Have I done that right then? No, it's in the wrong place now. After all that fluffing, I've got it in the wrong place. It's got to be on this side. Oh dear. Right, hang on. Another little bit of tape. Let's turn it round. Pop it on there. And again, try and get the backing off. Hold on a minute. Hope you can't see my head. Hang on, that's good. Ah, got it. I think. Yep, there you go. Got it. So I've got to try and remember which way round I'm doing it now. Yes, that way. Oh dear, it's so long since I started that I can't remember what I've done and what I haven't done. Right, so when you pull this, you will get that. Now, I'm going to get some snail on here. Sorry, fast fuse on here. It's a little bit long, a little bit wide for the tab, but that's okay. You can just wipe it off. take it off, whatever. And this is going to go under the green tab, and it will just fix like that on there. And I'm just going to use my stylus just to rub that down, and there you have your little functioning box. So open this out. I need a chocolate, and by the time I finish this I will need a chocolate. A little bit of glue on the bottom, and just pop that on. Just hold that in place just until you're sure it's stuck, and then need some mint macaron ribbon, which I've got here. Should have got my fabric scissors out. And I think the easiest thing to do is just pop them like that through the hole, and then just through the loop, and there it is. Now I'm not going to put a sentiment on this because I think actually I like it without, but there you've got two which are not for a specific event, but I think they'd be fine at Christmas, and two in your Christmas designer series paper. Really simple, and I think they're absolutely beautiful. I'm really pleased with the way they turned out. So again, thank you to Alexandra for allowing me to do this, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.